So, good morning. My name is Paul Stamp. I'm an osteopath and Pilates teacher, and I wanted just to go through some simple work just to support the head and neck. So when you're looking at the head, what you've got to bear in mind, okay, is that it's about sort of 8% of your total body weight, which means that if you weigh 14 stone, it's over a stone in weight. Okay, that head is placed on the most flexible part of your spine, your cervical spine, and therefore keeping that weight balanced through this highly mobile area takes some understanding and some knowledge. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to look at ways of strengthening up the muscles that look after that posture of getting your head nice and high, and how that helps you to develop good posture through the whole body. So let's start. I want you just to close your eyes, just push your feet into the floor, and I want you just to lengthen through your spine, imagining there's a helium balloon pulling you up, and then just getting that crown of your head as high as you can towards the ceiling, just while you're lengthening through the neck. Now you should feel a sort of sensation of stretch going right the way through the spine, for you to push down. Okay, next thing we need to do is, if we're going to have this weight supported, okay, we have to have the core working to support this weight as well. So let's just think about getting that neutral spine and then this sort of life jacket of muscle just coming around here to support that core. Don't forget that the core is also made up of the pelvic floor below and the diaphragm above, so those two areas also got to work as well. So let's just focus first of all on developing what we call a neutral spine. This is a position of your spine which is either too arched or too flexed. I'll show you from the side so you can see. So when you're looking from the side, just arching forwards, flexing back, arching forwards, flexing back. If that's the total range of your arch, and this is the total range of the flex, then where's the middle point in that range? And that middle point is what we call the neutral spine. That's the best position for the spine to be in to bear the weight of the rest of the body. To help that, we then switch on the core. So how do we do that? First of all, we have to squeeze the pelvic floor, lifting up just from back to front in the pelvic floor, just feeling as though you're gently squeezing those muscles in between. So if you feel the anus just squeeze, testicles just lift, and then just squeezing the bladder. So just lifting gently up, 3 out of 10. You'll also find that will just make this part of your abdominal muscles push back into your spine. And then you've got this bit here called the costal margins. You're going to just tuck it down into your waistband. So you're getting nice tone through there. So just have a little feel here when you do that. And you should feel there's a bit of extra sort of tone in those muscles. So as you push through that area there, you can just feel a little bit of response by those muscles there. So you're just holding that position, thinking about the length of the head, and then just let the head rock forwards and then roll backwards. So just start to get that core switching on as you roll forwards onto your toes, and then just come up gently onto the toes, and then slowly downwards, and then rolling back onto the heels and rolling slowly forwards onto the toes. So just getting that feeling, okay, of movement through there, just lifting and lowering, making sure that you're only moving at the ankle and you're really thinking about your head being on the top of this movement. So the most important thing with this is really that length through the spine, that feeling that you're rocking the head backwards and forwards, okay, and it's the head that's controlling that movement. And sometimes you go too far and stumble back like that, and sometimes you go too far up and wobble around like this. Doesn't matter, okay? All you're thinking about is how you're supporting your head with your feet. So as you lean forwards here, okay, those toes have got to press down or you're going to fall forwards. Okay, so what you're trying to do there is just to get that balance point, just becoming more aware of how the head is that sort of central point of the fulcrum of your movement. So the head goes forwards and therefore the toes have to come down and the heels have to come up, and then the head comes backwards and therefore the feet have to lift up and you balance on your heels. Now obviously that's a bit more difficult, a bit more unusual. So just rock backwards and forwards, keeping that core on just for a second or two, just to start to get that idea. It's the head that's making everything else move. So it's the position of the head that is really helping that to happen. And then we just come back into the middle of the feet, so the head is right over the middle of your feet. Okay, and then from there, we're going to just let those knees bend and let the head just kind of drop down like it's an elevator shaft. Okay, and as you do that, okay, equal weight front and back of your feet and then just push up. So it's the head that's just bobbing down and lifting up, bobbing down and lifting up and bobbing down and lifting up. You're just keeping a little bit of tone through your core as you're doing that. You're pushing those knees forwards, waking up the calf muscles. Okay, you've started to make the calf muscles work by lifting your body up, and now you're letting them stretch as you bend forwards. Okay, so just straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to switch on the muscles in the back of the shoulders now. So we're going to just make sure that this lot between here and here are working as well. And how we do that again is we get the arms involved. So you can do this with a small weight if you like, or you can just do it with the hands coming forwards. But you're just going to sort of squat down, keeping those shoulders back and then lift up. So from the side, what we don't want to see is this, rounding. Okay, we've got that head nice and long, keeping it up. And as we drop down, we want to just feel as though those shoulders are staying squeezed back and down. And that part of your rib cage is really helping the neck just to be nice and long. So dropping down and lifting up, dropping down and lifting up, and dropping down and lifting up. Okay, so then we just go a little bit higher with the arms, makes your shoulder blades work harder. So dropping down and lifting up, trying to keep that neck nice and long, trying to think about that. Still that crown of your head still being pulled up by that helium balloon, even though you're dropping down. Dropping down and lifting up, and dropping down and lifting up. Dropping down and lifting up, and dropping down and lifting up. Now obviously, if this is too easy, you can always just grab one of these bands here, just pop it underneath your toes, and then from there sort of equal weight, just lifting up and dropping. So keeping that chin tucked in, making those backs of those shoulders really squeezed. Tuck the chin in, still lengthening through the neck and the head as you're lifting and lowering. So that's, you can find it too easy. Okay. As you can tell, I don't. So let's then just start to wake up posterior chain. We just start to think about that neck. Let's just think about some of the exercises directly for the neck now. So the first thing we've got to learn to do with the neck really is to open up the back of the neck. So it's really important because about 50% of the rotation of the body, of your twisting, happens through the top two joints in your neck. So if you're wanting to twist, if you're on a cycle and having a look over at traffic, or you're just twisting around because you heard a noise behind you, okay, having a flexible part of your neck is really important. So let's lengthen through here. Let's just drop those shoulders back and down, just open the front of your collarbones here. And then let's just think about, next thing is just tucking that chin in towards your chest. Now it doesn't feel necessarily very comfortable doing that, pressing it back, but what I want you to do is just to hold that for a second and then release. Perhaps you can see it better from the side. So I'm going to tuck that chin in, I'm going to push it back and get my shoulders back and down, pushing that neck, that chin into my throat and then releasing. Just pushing in and releasing and pushing in and releasing. Great. 4 or 5 times of that. Gently, okay, can cause problems. If it's sore or achy or you're starting to get pains away from there into your arms, then stop. Okay, from here, then let's just progress that. So let's tuck that chin in. Now let the head drop forwards. So now you're pivoting as though your forehead is dropping down towards your chest, and you're just going to try and put your forehead down onto your sternum here. So letting the head slowly just drop like that. Feel that opening through your neck. Gradually let it sink down until you can start to feel a bit of a stretch through really the top of the shoulders as well. Just hold that position there. Now this is the important bit, is to try and roll yourself back up, but do it by keeping your chin as close into your throat as you can, and then roll yourself back until you're looking straight ahead. And then relax everything. Well done. Doesn't look much, but actually is a very significant movement. So let's do that again. Let's just tuck that chin in, push it backwards, and get it to slide and open those top vertebrae up. Just let your head drop forwards and now. Keeping that chin tucked in as low as you can. Taking your time. Letting the muscles just relax in the neck as you're doing this. Tucking that chin in. Dropping down, rounding through the neck. Can you get that forehead down a little bit lower? Can you keep that chin tucked in? Just let the weight of that hang there, and then just roll it back up, vertebra by vertebra, stretching back, keeping that chin tucked in, and then just looking straight ahead of you and relaxing your shoulders. Really nice, well done. Okay, from here, I'm going to come to turn the other way now. So you've got that, let's do that, and let's just add a little bit of sideways stretching as well onto the top of the neck, but try and keep these shoulders back and down, because if the shoulders can just pull back and down, puts an increase in tone through these side muscles that we're stretching. Okay, so let's go again. So tuck that chin in, drop that head forwards, roll down, allow that sort of to, again, go as far as you can, but take your time, easy. Let that neck really lengthen and stretch. Chin to your chest, but forehead to your chest after you tuck the chin in. Once you're down there, shoulders back and down. Okay, let's take the right ear across to the right shoulder, and back to the middle, and left ear across to the left shoulder, and back to the middle. Right ear to right shoulder, and back to the middle, and left ear to left shoulder, and back to the middle. Tuck that chin in, roll back up, and just slowly up, looking ahead, and then relax those shoulders. Really nice. Okay, so that's getting the back of the shoulders just to work. I don't quite know what's happened to the videotape, but that's still recording, I hope. Quick sip of my herbal tea. Okay, so just a little adjustment to the camera. Hopefully I'll learn to video edit, so you won't be seeing me with that. So let's just think about what next. So really, what we want to do is we want to roll down onto the floor and sort of get kind of down and start to build up some strength through these muscles, through your back, to keep this nice command posture. Open through the shoulders, shoulder blades squeezed back and down. The role of the shoulder blades is fundamental to the role of supporting the neck well. So the stronger your muscles are to keep those shoulder blades flat against your rib cage and pull them down, the better your posture will be and the less strain will be on your neck. The other muscles that we've got to talk about are the deep flexor muscles, but we'll do that when we're lying down. So let's just get a roll down going. It's a beautiful way of opening the back up. I'll come and stand on the mat here. And from here, just going to do exactly what we did with the head before, but we're just going to think about pushing the feet into the floor. We're going to think about lengthening through the head, the crown of the head. You can think of yourself as a small child trying to get into a ride at a fun fair that says you've got to be taller than this before you can get in, and you're just lifting yourself up so that you're pushing those heels into the floor, lengthening through the spine, tucking the neck in, and just getting that little bit taller. That's good. Tuck that chin in, roll that head forwards, and just let it stretch until you get right to the bottom of that movement. Just hold there, don't change your posture yet. Just let the weight of the head start to pull. Good, and then from there, let's bend those knees. Let's roll the pelvis backwards as though we were flattening ourselves into a wall behind us. Don't be frightened to bend the knees as you're doing this, and then let that head roll even further. Let the shoulders round, and just vertebra by vertebra, imagine that you're peeling your Velcro, your Velcro to the wall behind you, just ripping that Velcro off as you're rolling down. Keeping the rest of your body back against there and just using one vertebra at a time to get a real rounding feeling through that back. Use your breathing as well, especially if you feel you get to an area where you don't really feel it giving. Just gradually don't worry about letting the hips bend, the knees bend. Just as long as you get that feeling of rounding through the back, and gradually that rounding is going down through the spine, opening each vertebra individually. Gently coming down. Letting that sort of, the legs uncoil slightly, letting your head drop forwards, letting the length and sort of weight of your arms and shoulders and neck just drop down. Help that stretch, just feel that spine start to open. Big breath in. As you breathe out, just drop. Big breath in. Breathe out and drop. And big breath in. Breathe out and drop. From there, let's just loosen those hamstrings a bit. Let's just walk on the spot. Left knee straight and bend. Right knee straight and bend. Just carry on. Just getting that, just to feel that length coming through
the back of the spine. You're opening up the side of your spine on the leg that you're straightening, and just feeling that stretch through there, just enjoying that feeling of dropping as you're doing it. Okay, from there let's just bend those knees. Let's come down into our sort of what I call our paddleboard squat. So imagine your mat was a paddleboard and you're going underneath the bridge, squatting down, keeping those heels down now, just to start with, because I want you to feel that stretch through the lower part of your ankles here. You're doing that. And then let yourself come forwards, let those knees bend a bit more, because you're going to let the weight come onto your toes. You're going to onto your toes slightly and dropping down. From there, just rock backwards onto your heels and forwards onto your toes. That's good. Now rock back onto your heels and forwards onto your toes. Now rock back onto your heels and forwards onto your toes. Great. And then come gently down onto all fours. Excellent. Good. Now, I might just have to adjust the camera a little bit here, so I'm just going to jump up and just take my mat back a little bit further. And you will need for this our friend, the elastic wrap. Okay, so let's just see if you can see me from here. That's it. So on all fours. Yes, okay, you can certainly see my knees, but we're just going to move the camera so you can see my feet as well. What's better? Good. You can come a bit further away. Okay, so let's just start with our cat and camel. So let's get equal weight between the knees and the shoulders. Just check. So just lift that right hand up and let everything else drop. And lift the left hand up. Let everything drop. Lift that right knee up. And then keep equal weight on the 3 supporting points. And then lift that left knee up. And just keep weight on all 3 supporting points. So do that just to get yourself limbered up. Then let's just think about letting that back arch. So you're going to lift your coccyx up towards the ceiling. You're going to let those shoulder blades drop together. You're going to just look up. You're going to feel the spine just gradually stretch down. Get those abdominal muscles just relax. And then you're just going to come back into our neutral position. Then you're going to round up into our camel position. And you're just going to rock backwards and forwards slightly in this position, just to feel a little bit of flexion and extension as well through there, just to get a feeling of the spine being able to round and open. And then you're going to drop back through into a neutral position. You're going to just look ahead of you on the mat. And we're going to get our green band. Going to put, you're either just going to grab it, or I've got neat little handles on my green thing here, and we're going to just put it on the back of the head. It's going to come here, I'm going to come down. I think I'm going to try and just make sure is that I'm not arching through my back here, so let's just arch and flex, arch and flex, and then just find that neutral position.
Squeeze the core on. And from here, I'm just keeping my chin tucked in and I'm pushing the back of my head towards the ceiling. Keep that chin tucked in and drop down and chin tucked in and drop down and chin tucked in and drop down and chin tucked in and drop down. Now, these are the deep flexor muscles that we talked about earlier, and they're keeping the chin tucked in as you're lengthening through your spine. So you're making your extensor muscles extend while your deep flexor muscles are flexing as well. Keeping the shoulder blades nice and still. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. And lift and lower. Very good. Okay. So, just 3 sets of these, and probably 10 or 15 of each. Again, make sure there's no pain going into your arms or your neck as you're doing it. Looking slightly ahead, let's lift and lower, keeping the shoulder blades still. Lift and lower, lift and lower, and lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, and lift and lower. Brilliant. Okay, got the idea? Fantastic. Now we go on to just putting the band out to the side. One hand just comes down to block it. Now we're going to lift this out to the side, I'm going to lift it up here. But really importantly, when we do that, we need to make sure that we're engaging a lot of weight through the right hip, through the right knee when we're doing it, okay? So lift that arm up, but just reorganize your weight so that you're pushing that right knee into the floor. Almost try and lift your left knee off the floor as you're doing it to get that right knee to have pressure. So equal weight on all 3, but then push that right knee down as you lift that arm out to the side. Right knee down, arm out to the side, right knee down, arm out to the side, and right knee down, arm out to the side. Now, just like that. Left arm forwards. Think about that right knee again. Lift and lower. Push that right knee and lower. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Lift and lower and lift and lower. Fantastic. And keeping that arm like you're reaching into your pocket here, the elbow straight, that right knee is still working to press down, straighten and bend, 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 and straighten and bend. Still think about that right knee. Straighten and bend and straighten and bend. Brilliant. Good. We swap sides. Now look at this from the other side. Left palm goes down. Right arm goes out. Just adjust the amount of tone. That's it, or the amount of stretch in the band. I think this time we've got to get this left knee to press down. Okay, while lifting that right arm up. So from high, let's lift and lower. Lift and lower. It's easy. It's hard and looks. Lift and lower and lift. Yes, and lower. Lifting up, dropping down, lifting up, dropping down, and lifting up and dropping down. Now forwards with that right hand. Let's lift and lower. Left knee pressing down. Lift and lower. Lift
and lower and lift and lower. Lift up, lower down, lift up, lower down. And bend that elbow close into your pocket, elbow still, straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Keep that left knee pressing down. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. And straighten and bend. Brilliant. Okay. That concludes a little movement segment there. From here, we're going to come up onto all fours. Well, actually, we're going to come up to high kneeling. The reason we're doing high kneeling with these exercises are stabilizing the hips. And so we're just going to have the hand forwards here, shoulders just squeeze back. Let's just lift, and then let's rotate round, watch the arm, and return back. Same thing with the left side, twist, rotate, return. Other side, down, rotate, and back. Left side, twist, rotate, and back. Right arm out to the side, and back. Left arm out to the side, and back. Right arm out to the side, and back. And left arm out to the side, and back. Fabulous. We're just going to go sideways now. So the right arm drops down. Stay nice and straight. Open that left side up. Arm goes over the head. From here, push those hips forwards. Just drop and relax. Drop and relax. And drop and relax. Good. Same thing on the other side. Drop across. Lift that right arm up. Let the weight of the right arm stretch open. Drop and relax. Drop and relax. And drop and relax. Lovely. From here, let's just open up the quadriceps muscles. So from here, let's just go, keeping those feet twisted in. Don't let your heels drop out, because you'll miss out on the stretch through your big toe and your second toe. So just keeping those heels in, sitting down, squeezing and coming back up. Sit yourself down. Give yourself time just to let the knees relax, let them drop, and then squeeze there and lift through. Dropping down, stretching through here, and then just gradually as you drop and drop and drop, then squeeze and lift, lovely, and drop back down. Last time, just let yourself drop, let the heel come towards the buttock, drop yourself down, and then squeeze and lift, lovely. Let's just stretch the back of those toes as well, so just wiggle yourself backwards here. Now this is a movement that I'm very inflexible with, so you can probably sit down onto your heels when you're doing this. I can't, but it doesn't matter. Let's just go down and up. So just squeeze. You can feel more, for me, I can feel more stretch through my quads when I'm doing this. Dropping down and lifting up. And dropping down and lifting up. And dropping down and lifting up. Really nice. From there, hands up. And let's just open the whole of that posterior column. Let's just, well, sorry, the quadriceps, and then the stomach muscles, and then the rib cage. So just letting that sort of just drop backwards, gradually letting yourself float back. Keep those hips nice and forwards when you're doing that. Feel that stretch coming through. Let those arms drop back. Breathing in. Belly breath in. Breathe out and drop. Breathing in. Breathe out and drop. And breathing in. And breathe out and drop.
come back up. Brilliant work. Okay, good. Let's lie onto our backs and let's just do a little up and down rolling just to get that spinal mobility there. So just come lie onto your back, nothing underneath your head. Have those knees, feet together. Turn out your toes, turn out your heels. Make sure that the weight of the inside of the feet is the same as the weight on the outside. So just squeeze little toe, relax, and then squeeze your big toe and relax. And just think about a line from your big toe to your heel, and then a line from your little toe to your heel. Are they both in the same contact with the surface below you? Okay, from there let's just arch and flex. Roll that. So imagine you had a marble in your umbilicus and your belly button. You're going to start by rolling that marble right up towards your chin. And when you get to your chin, okay, you're going to just tuck that chin in towards your throat and let them through there as well. But don't hold the shoulders up when you're doing that. Keep those shoulders nice and broad and relaxed and tuck in. And then relax as you start to roll all the way down. That marble is then going to come down to your feet and your spine is going to arch up. And when it's got right to the end of that arch, then you're going to roll back down. As you roll down, come through your rib cage, through the spine. You're going to tuck that chin in. Just push down just to help that feeling of lengthening through the spine. And then just relax against the chin can just start to push up slightly, rolling that marble towards the feet. So rolling down towards the chin with that marble, lengthening through the back of that neck by tucking that chin in. Feel as though something's pulling your head upwards here as that's happening, flattening down. And then we're going to relax the chin and start that roll, coming all the way through the spine until it's rolling as far as it can go with that back completely arched. Now, from there, okay, we're just going to go into our bridge. So just get those heels closer to your buttocks. And then as this time, you're going to take a breath in to prepare. As you breathe out, you're going to roll up. And then you're going to walk your heels close to your buttocks and just lift up there. That's good, and feel that nice stretch. And then just enjoy that, tucking your chin down at the end, just pushing it into the mat, and then relaxing it as you just roll back down. Good. Okay, this time we're rolling up, rolling up. That's it. Keep that chin tucked in as you get to the top. Good, but this time, keeping that chin tucked in, we're going to roll down. How much of that chin can you keep tucked in as you're rolling down? How far can you get that chin to tuck in as you roll down? Feels quite tough, doesn't it? And then let yourself relax. Okay, last time. Breath in to prepare. Breathe out, roll up. Breath in and hold. Look at my chin tucking down. Breath out. Hold that chin in through as long as possible. Breathe out, roll. Lengthen through that neck. Tuck that chin down. Flatten, flatten, flatten. Flatten your back into the floor. Let gravity help your back flatten. Keep that chin tucked in. And then relax. Really good work, everybody. That will do very nicely to conclude our session on how to give your neck a feeling of length and strength, and how to support this heavy old head right at the top. Okay, thank you.